Hey guys, it's Jade. I wanted to do a process video on how I make these little resin pieces with the buttons, the sweet buttons from Joann's, and the other little different elements. First, I just wanted to let you guys know the materials that you will need to make these type pieces. You will need a mold. I'm using this circle mold. It's a cupcake mold I got from Joann's recently. There are other different types of molds that you can use if you so choose. I like these. I showed you the diamond molds I got from Dollar General. And I also have these heart molds that I bought off of Etsy. So you'll definitely need some resin. I like the Envirotex Light brand. I've never had an issue with it. It just works great. So, and this is what the bottles look like. So you'll get the resin and you'll get the hardener. And the Envirotex Light is a 1-to-1 ratio. So whatever you measure out for this, you'll have to measure out for the hardener as well. So usually I do 2 grams. And I have these little measuring cups that I bought from a specialty store. You can probably find them online as well. I suck at measurements. Other people can probably measure things or, you know, eyeball things just fine. I can't. And with resin, you got to make sure that it is a 1-to-1. Well, this one. There are different types of resin. I use Envirotex Light. So just make sure whatever resin you get, you read the mixing instructions, because sometimes it's different. Like sometimes it could be a 2-to-1 ratio or something else. But this one is 1-to-1. So that's what I stick with. So I use these measuring cups. You'll also need some mixing cups. These are just little bathroom cups that I got from Walmart. Some mixing utensils as well. This is just a wooden stick I got from Michael's when it was on clearance. And I have these plastic stirring sticks that I got from littlewindows.com, because these you can use over and over again. You just have to clean them. And of course, like the pieces you want to go in it. There's other stuff, but I will get to that later because most of that rest of that stuff is optional. I would also suggest wearing gloves because you do not want to get this on your hands. It is a chemical, or on you anywhere. If you do, get up and wash it off right away. Most people also wear masks because of the smell, or either they sit near an open window when they're doing messing with resin. It doesn't really bother me, so I don't usually wear a mask. But I would suggest most people, if things like that bother you, definitely wear a mask. So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna do 2 layers, so let's at least get started on the first one here. And probably the majority of the rest of this video will be a voice over. Alright guys, let's get started. Okay guys, here you want to mix the resin. You see how it's a bit cloudy? You want to mix it until it's clear. So you can see the strings and stuff and how cloudy it is. And you'll you know, once you get that, you'll know when it's clear. Now for some optional things that you can put in right away if you want, or whenever, if you want to wait a little while till it gets tacky. I'm going to go ahead and put in some of these micro beads. And I think 504 Pretty Things asked about these and what you can do with them. And I said that you can use them in resin pieces. I'm not sure, you know, I'm sure there's other things you can use them for, but I'm gonna put a few here. See how well I'm getting them. They're going all over the place. So just a few. Give it a little pizzazz. I think that is all that I'm gonna do for the first layer, and you're gonna wait about 30 to 45 minutes till it gets tacky until we put in the next layer. So I will see you guys when it's time for the next layer. One step I almost forgot, guys. You'll see little tiny bubbles in your resin, and you'll want to get rid of that. I use a lighter. Some people use a heat gun. This to me has been the most effective. I've tried several different ways, and I like just using this lighter when I can get it to light. There we go. Try not to knock your pieces while you're doing this. Okay guys, I am back. As you can see, I'll show you. Our first layer has gotten a little tacky. When you dip a spoon in, you'll see it kind of looks like it's gummy. And that's how you want it to be when you want to add your second layer. So let's go ahead and get started. I already mixed up the resin that we're going to need for the second layer, so you guys won't have to sit through that again. And what I like to do to color is put the stuff directly in the cup of resin and then pour it all in. Except for certain things, like I will be using these sprinkles. So, and they get all over the place, guys, so be careful when you're using them, because I mean, they go freaking everywhere. And I think that's it for those sprinkles. I do want to put a few of these in this one. So, now what I want to do is, for this one, I want it to have a brown, kind of a brown color. So I'm getting my chalks out, and I will be using this brown chalk to make color. And like I said, you can also use paints and things, but this is a way recently that I found that I like, and I just take the chalk, I don't know if you can see, and kind of just into the resin. Now I'm going to do the rest just so you can see this here, what I was doing down here, so I don't get it in the wrong mold, you know, resin thing by accident. So I just scrape some of the color off. Mix it in. And you'll see the resin start to take on the color that you put in there. And if you want it darker, just put more in. If you want it lighter, put less. I want some more pigment, so I'm going to put more in. And sometimes I actually mix these with paint as well. So honestly, once you get used to it, it's however you want to do it. Whatever works for you, you'll find out your own kind of system and what works for you, what you like, what you don't like, kind of thing. So just, if you're getting started with this, just play around with it. And like I said, you'll come up with your own type of style. It's kind of like journaling or something, where you may get inspired by other people and their examples, but once you start doing it on a consistent basis, you kind of fall into your own type of pattern. Now I also want to add some glitter in here. So here's my glitter. And these are one of the ones I got in that Martha Stewart pack from Tuesday morning. And I want to add some of this shimmering glow to see what effect it'll give this. And basically I just kind of tap some in there. And that's it. And also I have the, sorry guys, I know I'm shaking this thing. Have these, they're like little bitty shaped sequins, and I'm gonna put some of these gold ones here in my resin cup. And again, you can put as much or as little as you want. Now here's my mixture, and I'm just gonna mix that up all together, guys. Alright, and then we're just going to pour it over our first resin piece. Alright, and then you just want to make sure that your mixture goes to the edges of your piece. And usually it'll spread out on its own, but we're trying to do this a little fast, so I'm going to help it along a little. And I'll probably end up doming the back of it anyway. But for now, this is good. And alright, we're done with that one. Now the next one, I think I may want to go with a pink color. But I'm going to add some of the silver into it. Sorry for all the sniffling, guys. I don't know what's... I haven't been sick, but for some reason I keep sniffing. I like sniff during the day, and then I'm stuffy at night. But I haven't had any other symptoms. I think I'm going to put some yellow stars in. So maybe I'll go with the yellow background. I wonder how that will look with pink. I don't know. Let's try it. We're going to go with pink for the background color. So, I will choose a pink chalk here. And this is the color I'm going to be putting into here, or this mixture here. Sorry guys, we got interrupted. My phone started ringing, but I'm still adding color here. And I'm going to add a little bit of some of this glitter here. And these I got from the Dollar Tree. And I have a bigger glitter. And I'm just going to go ahead and use this up. Okay, There's a lot going on in this one. And we'll see how it turns out. Alright guys, we're done with our resin here, and basically it has to cure overnight, so we will come back. I'll come back tomorrow when they're all finished and show you what they look like. Alright guys, I'm back. It's been 24 hours, so it's time to pop our pieces out of this mold. So let's see what we came up with. Yay, that looks cute. Okay, let's pull this one out. Okay. This one says stay cool, and as I showed you in the video, you want to put the letters in upside down and backwards. So I like this piece. I will say in the future I will if I'm doing pink background, I don't like the way those yellow stars look. But other than that, I think it turned out pretty cute. And here is the yummy one. Again, in future, I don't know if you can see the micro beads, but they seem to have like gathered all together in pockets of spots. I don't like the way that looks. So I think next time if I use the micro beads, I'll wait and do it on the second layer when it gets tacky, and that way it won't, you know, bunch up like that. So, but for the most part, I think they turned out pretty darn cute. And if anybody has any other questions, look at me dropping stuff and making noise. Here's the backs. This one could have stood having a little more resin, because I can see where it's like clear in a little places. But what I do anyway, I don't leave them like this. I actually sand them down, and I'll dome the backs with white colored resin to finish the piece off. Let's see if I have, I'll show you. Okay, like this is one of the ones I had made for my craft fair. So I will show you what I mean by finish the back. And see here, I just put some white paint, or either white chalk, probably both, in resin. I think I even added a little glitter to pretty it up a little bit, and dome the back of it so you don't see like the purple or the imperfections of the mixture here from the front. So anyway, that's what I'll end up doing. I'll sand them down, the edges down, and end up doming the backs. But I just wanted to show you guys the end product of our resin pieces. So there you go. That is the process video. So if you have any comments or questions, just leave them below. I'll be happy to answer them when I see them, guys. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.